Is it gonna hurt?
Generally not.
Generally? I feel it. Whoa.
So this is the generic Rocephin for the bacteria that isn't MRSA, and this is generic vancomycin for the MRSA. On our adventure.
Ah, yeah. Freezing cold here.
Good Thursday morning, everyone. It is beautiful outside, a little chilly, my favorite kind of weather. And I'm up a bit earlier than usual because Amber's coming to take me to an appointment in Tampa. I'm getting a nerve conduction study done for my rheumatologist, and that just tests how well and fast your nerves are able to send impulses and how well your nerves are working. We were just a bit concerned because I get a lot of numbness and tingling in my feet and hands, and my rheumatologist, as did the doctor who diagnosed my Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, said it was due to my neck being hypermobile and pinching down on nerves incorrectly. So we're just checking it out to make sure all is well. That's the plan for today so far. I didn't make the bed because our bed was so comfortable this morning. I wanted to stay in it, so I might actually end up getting back into bed when we come back from the appointment. A quick bed update. I love the inclined position. I'm waking up with less pain, like no acid reflux, less nausea. It's helped a lot so far.
Hi Harlow, how you doing?
All three of us ladies are on the way to my rheumatologist.
All right, I'm gonna stick this on your back here. Thank you. Basically call and respond. I'm going to, once I get you all wired up, put that hand right on there. You don't have to squish it.
Take my ring off?
No. Basically, once we get going, I'll be touching you with really what is a wet Q-tip. And you'll feel something. You tell me as soon as you feel it. It'll be a sensation.
Is it gonna hurt?
Generally not.
Generally?
But with some people, everyone's different. Some people it does. Normally what you're going to feel is like a TINS unit, or
okay.
a tickle, hot, cold, something, some kind of sensation, hence the sensory nerve test.
I'm kind of nervous. I've never done this before.
You had AMG, right?
Yeah, but they
But that was the needles, yeah. It's
It's
the
the
same
same.
idea, but
Why don't they do this instead? I hated the needles in the
because
shop.
truthfully they don't really cover this anymore.
I prefer this.
A lot of other people do too. All right, look that way, dear.
I'm like really nervous.
Oh no, don't be. And again, as soon as you feel anything, you'll probably feel it where I'm touching you up here with the Q-tip, but you can feel it in your hand or both places. So as soon as you feel anything other than like that wet, let me know.
I feel it.
And again, dear.
I feel it. Oh, it's just like a tingling.
Yeah.
Like a TINS unit.
Yeah, yeah.
It'll shock me.
No, and it'll vary. It can vary side to side and place to place as to what exactly it feels like. But like a TINS unit tingle is the most common thing. Here we go.
I feel it.
And again.
I feel it.
Get my glasses.
I feel it. Whoa.
Sorry about that. Here we go.
I feel it.
And again.
I feel it. Barely.
Okay, that's fine. We don't want to blow you off the table. Pardon.
I feel it.
Again.
I feel it.
Okay, Harlow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, see, I'm a hiding.
That does not look comfortable.
She likes headrest. She
That's
really
how
does.
mine are.
Oh, damn, do cool.
I feel it.
And again.
I feel it.
Hmm.
I feel it.
And again.
I feel it. I feel it.
Again.
I feel it. So that was so much better than the last nerve conduction studies I did. The ones I've done previously, I've done 2. They used like shock and then they used needles in the muscles. Unpleasant. But this one, it just felt like a TENS unit, like prickling. So much better. And then he did it on my legs too. And we get the results when I come back for my follow-up next week.
So that was a really neat experience. When I first walked in the room, I was actually really intimidated because I just saw the exam table and I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be like the last nerve conduction studies. And I got nervous, but it was just my hand on that wet sponge, a sticker on my back, and then the Q-tip, and it seriously was just like tingling a TENS unit. And when I felt the sensation, I told him, and I don't know, it was really awesome. Thank you for filming, Amber. I am back home, and as I predicted, I made it back into bed. I just keep thinking about how well that test went compared to my past nerve conduction studies. The one with the needles and the shocking isn't absolutely horrendous. It's just unpleasant for me. And the one with the Q-tip went so much better. It just felt like a TENS unit, like tingling. I've used a TENS unit in the past for my pain, but I don't anymore because it really just doesn't help me. It helps some people with their pain. Anyways, I asked why the Q-tip nerve conduction studies aren't used as often, and they said it's because the other type is actually cheaper, so it's like an insurance issue, but thankfully they got my insurance to cover this one. Anyways, I am going to rest for a bit. I've just been feeling like really run down, a bit more lethargic than usual, and my fevers, because I get low-grade fevers pretty often from my immune system issues, but they've been higher, like 101, 102, and Amber, she's a nurse. She used to work in the hospital and had lots of experience with MRSA. She said that's pretty typical, just feeling more run down in the fevers from the infection, and the IV antibiotics I'm going to be getting should absolutely take care of it. I heard from my doctor they have sent in the order for IV vancomycin, and IV Rocephin is the other one that's going to treat the other bacteria I have that's not MRSA. And they kept saying the generic name of Rocephin, so I thought I hadn't taken it before, but I have had IV Rocephin before. Knowing that I've taken both of them and had no serious reactions makes me feel better, but we're still going to have a nurse present for at least the first 2 treatments, so all should be good. It's running through my insurance now, and I'm hoping within, I don't know, as soon as possible, I'll be able to start my IV antibiotics. Hey y'all, long time no see. Just kidding, it's been a few hours. I took a nap. I have been prepping Harlow's raw meals for the week. I have been on the phone a lot. Okay, no, I've literally been on the phone for hours, just like with insurance and my doctors and my infusion company. And so the resolution to all of that is the IV antibiotics and nursing has been approved. I'm getting a delivery of the IV antibiotics for my MRSA tonight, and I'm just waiting for a call from nursing. I'm hoping they'll be able to come tomorrow to start my treatment, or maybe over the weekend. Do they work over the weekend? See, I don't rely on nursing for needle changes and my infusions that I regularly do in my IV meds, so I don't know. But hopefully soon nursing will call and we'll schedule that. And I did not have enough energy to finish the prep. I did everything except for her chicken breasts. So I'm just gonna clean up, pack up, and then I'll do the chicken breast tomorrow. But she still has prepped meals from last week, so it's not like she's gonna go hungry. IV antibiotics have been delivered. I'm about to open it and see what we got. But first, do y'all notice anything missing? My feeding tube backpack. I'm not hooked up right now. I've done my 12 hours of day feeds, and unfortunately, it's just not one of those days where I can skip the night feeds, but before bed, I now have a few hours where I'm unhooked. So I definitely have more freedom and flexibility with this new schedule, and I'm loving it. So let's see what we got. Hi, Harlow. I didn't notice you there. More saline flushes, makes sense. Heparin flushes. Okay, this is the ceftriaxone. I guess this is the generic name of Rocephin. Oh, they come in these little things. Interesting. They just look like this. Okay, so I need to refrigerate this. Thankfully I have a mini fridge for all my refrigerated medical supplies upstairs. What else do we have? Lots of alcohol swabs. Port start kits and infusion tubing, which I already have here at home, but just more because I'm getting more infusion stuff. Batteries for the infusion pump. Thankfully, I can use the same infusion pump I have now to run this stuff, is what they told me. Okay, this is, I'm pretty sure, yeah, this is the vancomycin. So this is for the MRSA, and then this one is for the other bacteria I'm growing that's not MRSA. I think it's staph. I don't remember exactly. All these things have long names and abbreviations, so very good. Yep, so this is the generic Rocephin for the bacteria that isn't MRSA, and this is generic vancomycin for the MRSA. This one, I administer 10 milliliters, which is 1 gram, via slow IV push over 5 to 10 minutes every 24 hours for 2 weeks. Okay, and then this is 1 gram over 60 minutes every 24 hours for 2 weeks. So this will be a push, and this will be run on my infusion pump. Well, alrighty, let's go put this in the mini fridge. That is a stocked up fridge, and these are my Kate Farms nutritional shakes that you can drink orally. As you can see, I have been sipping on one today, but ugh, it's gastroparesis is not behaving. I also take erythromycin, which is another antibiotic. It tends to stimulate digestion, so we use it to treat my gastroparesis. You can learn more in this video. But while I'm on these IV antibiotics, my GI told me not to do the erythromycin because 3 would kind of be a lot. And I do take probiotics. Some of y'all were asking. I recently finished the probiotics I was taking, so my mom is going to take me this weekend to get more. My physicians have warned me that these drugs are pretty harsh and can have some unpleasant side effects. So I'm not really looking forward to the next 2 weeks of treatment, but I am looking forward to beating these infections before they get really serious. You know, had my toe healed properly, this probably wouldn't be an issue, but because of my Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, it's really difficult for my body to heal. And if my immune system worked properly, I probably would have done a better job at fighting the infection, but I am immunodeficient. That coupled with the EDS can make little things really complicated, and it is a little frustrating, but I'm thankful that we have a plan to beat the infection. I'm thankful for my dedicated medical team, thankful for advances in medicine that allow me to do this type of treatment at home rather than in the hospital. So now all we have to do is wait for nursing to call and schedule a visit, and we'll be on the way to beating this MRSA and the other infection I cannot remember the name of. So anyways, I am getting ready to go to bed. So with that, I will say goodnight, and thanks for joining us on our adventure.